Welcome back to the mat. Close your eyes, turn your attention inwards and bring your awareness to your breath. Notice cool air flowing in through your nostrils and warm air flowing out. Just do that for a few moments, just breathe normally. Perhaps you might notice as you breathe in that your breath just disappears. And also you might notice when you breathe out, the breath just dissipates. And just focus on the end point of the in-breath and the end point of the out-breath, without changing your breath in any way. And you might start to notice that there's a space at the end of your in-breath and another space at the end of the out-breath. And just focus on the space at each end of the breath. And now to finish this round of breathing, we'll end with 3 long deep breaths deep into your abdominal area. And as you breathe out, see if you can make your out breath even longer than your in breath. So exhale and inhale. And then as you exhale, just stagger it out, sip it out, and make it longer. But don't force it. And do this twice more. So my word of the day today is thrive. I'm inviting you to thrive in your practice, and as you thrive in your practice, that of course impacts on you and impacts on those closest to you and everyone around you. So we have choice in our lives. We can choose to thrive and be with the social isolation, or we can choose to survive. And there's a whole world of difference in our attitude to both, either surviving or thriving. And I must tell you a small story about my mum. She always said, your health is your wealth. And of course, as a youngster, I had no idea what she was talking about. During her life, she experienced quite a lot of ill health and also a double tragedy. Her ill health, she spent 4 years in a plaster cast from the age of 18 to 22 because she had scoliosis of the spine. And then moving on forward, she married and she had 4 boys. 2 of those boys lost their lives in unfortunate accidents. And then she developed TB, which she managed to survive as well. But she never in her life talked about surviving. She always looked at what else is coming, what's happening, what's good in the world. And I honestly never saw that woman down or miserable or depressed. She gave that gift, that wonderful gift, to all of us. So it's a good chance to remember her today, but also in these times she often comes into my mind, you know, and it would be easy not to thrive in these circumstances, but I choose not to. It would be easy to be on survival mode in these circumstances, but I choose not to. I choose to thrive in however that shows up for me, and I hope you do. I hope you too choose to thrive in the world. So without any further ado, we're moving into a sun salutation. Stretch your spine up, press your sit bones into your chair. Inhale, lift your arms overhead, look up. Exhale, forward fold, bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift your right knee up with both hands and be as upright as possible. Exhale, bring your forehead towards your knee, holding your knee. Release your knee. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift your torso up and lift your left knee up. Clasp both hands, your left knee with both hands. Press your sit bones into the floor. Exhale your forehead to your knee, or as near as possible. Inhale, lower your foot to the floor and lift your arms up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. So that's one full round of a sun salutation. So we'll do that again. Arms by your side. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, lift your torso up, clasp your right knee and lift your right knee as high as you can. Press down with your sit bones into the floor. Exhale your forehead to your knee. Inhale, release and lift your arms up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Exhale, come all the way up. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. Exhale your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift your hands off the floor, your torso off the floor, lift your left knee up. Be as upright as possible, press your sit bones out of the floor, into your chair. Exhale your head to your knee. Inhale, release your knee and lift your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands back to your heart. So that's 2 rounds. We're going to do another 3 rounds. So just notice your breathing. It's important to move with your breath. Don't be holding your breath in this sequence. You hear in the background, inhale, exhale. If you don't get it right, don't worry about it. Just make sure that you are breathing in and out. That's the most important thing. Don't hold your breath. So let's go for 3 more rounds. Hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, torso upright, lift your right knee up, clasp it with both hands, sit upright. Exhale your forehead to your knee. Release your knee, inhale your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Arms up, exhale your hands back to your heart. So that's side 1 on the right hand side. So side 2 on the left hand side. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, torso up, lift your left knee up and clasp it. Exhale your forehead to your knee. Inhale, release your foot to the floor, lift your arms up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. And take 5 breaths. Third round, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift your right knee up, clasp your knee, sit up. Exhale your hands to your heart, bring it forward to your knee. Inhale, release your leg and lift your arms up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Take 3 breaths. Left hand side, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale your hands to the floor. Inhale, torso upright, lift your left knee up, clasp your knee. Exhale your forehead to your knee. Inhale, release your leg, lift your arms up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Take 5 breaths. Deep into your belly. Fourth round, right hand side. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift your right knee up, clasp it, sit up, press your sit bones into the floor. Exhale your head to your knee. Inhale, lift your arms up, release your foot to the floor. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Take 3 breaths. Left hand side, inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come back to center, lift your left knee up, clasp your knee, sit upright. Exhale your head to your knee. Inhale, release your knee, foot to the floor, lift your arms up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Take 5 breaths. Last round, right hand side, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, your hinge forward, bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift your right foot, knee off the floor, clasp your knees, sit up. Exhale, your head to your knee. Inhale, release your leg to the floor, lift your arms up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Take 3 breaths. Last side, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift your left knee off the floor, clasp your left knee and lift it up. Press your sit bones into the floor. Exhale your head to your knee. Inhale, release your leg to the floor, lift your arms up. Exhale your hands back to your heart and take 5 breaths. Place your hands on your knees Open your eyes and just feel the sensations in your body. Notice your feet on the floor, your hands on your knees. Notice any tingling sensation. Notice your blood moving around your body. Noticing if your heart is beating a little stronger and faster. Perhaps the rise and fall of your breath. And so when we notice things like this, we're absolutely present. We're not living in the past, and we are not creating stories about a future that may or may not happen. As I said before, the future comes, but it may not be the version of the future that you have in your head. I forgot to introduce you to my cat, who's fast asleep under my chair. That's him down there, Tussie. I don't want to wake him up. But if he gets up and walks across in front of you, that's who he is, Mr. Tussie. Anyways, so we always say in yoga that yoga begins with the first movement of the big toe. So that's precisely what we're going to do right now. We're going to move our toes. Got to start somewhere. So for this set of exercises, it would be better if you could take your shoes off, as we like to get moving our feet. As we get older and we move less, we begin to lose our balance, and this is direct correlation of this, is that we lose sensitivity in our feet because they're always bound up in shoes. But if you can get into the habit of walking around in your bare feet for a number of hours during the day, it's like giving yourself a reflexology on the soles of your feet. Your whole sense of awareness changes, your whole balance changes, you're able to get the spread of your toes that you haven't had for years. So try it out, you never know. Place the weight of your left foot on the floor, the full sole of your left foot onto the floor, and come up onto the toes of the other foot, and then move your foot forward so that your toes are bent back, and then move the toes the other way. So we're moving our toes. So you bring them up on top and then releasing them back down. And this can be an excruciating exercise for some people, so I sympathise with you. So you're rolling over onto the tops of the toes, and then you're putting down your heel down, rolling over, and then down, rolling over, hold, release, hold, roll over, hold, release, hold, roll over, hold, release, hold, roll over, hold, release, hold. 2 more times. Roll over, hold, release, hold, roll over, hold, release, and let go. And of course we've got 2 feet, most of us. So come up onto the tops of your toes, and then roll over onto the top, and then come back down again. And just feel, it's a very strange movement. You might want to put something, I'm finding it very hard here with the hard floor under me. So you might want to put something like a blanket under you. Roll over, hold, release, hold, roll over, hold, release, hold. You might find your toes cramping here, that's okay. Mine do it all the time. Hold, release, hold, roll over, hold, release, hold. You're moving your toes in ways that you haven't for years. Roll over, hold, release, hold. 2 more times. Roll over, hold, release, hold. Final one. Roll over, hold, release, and hold. Just feel what your toes like. They'll probably feel a bit warmer now, maybe a little bit looser. That's all good. So moving into ankle rotation, stretch your right leg out in front of you and just rotate your ankle clockwise direction. Do 10 in one direction. And then moving back the other way. and then switch over onto the other leg. Stretch your left leg out, rotate clockwise in one direction. And back the other way. And release. And then we're just going to shake our legs out. So you might want to hold the side of the chair as you do this. Just shake it out like that. And then switch to the other side. And allow that foot to come to the floor. And now we're moving into hip movements. If you're able to stand, you can do this standing up. So moving your hips in a anti-clockwise direction. So what I'm going to do is sitting down because it's a seated practice. So you're just moving on your chair. Imagine your hips moving in an anti-clockwise direction. So count 10 in one direction. Visualize your hips moving around in a full circle. It's great for people who spend a lot of time sitting. Just get that lower part of your back moving. And now the other direction. And again, if you can stand up and do this, take the opportunity to do it. Moving to our hands and arms, we're going to stretch arms out to the sides, fingers out in front, and you shake them up and down vigorously for up to a minute. And release, and just put them on your knees and just rest and feel the tingling of your arms. It should feel pretty good. And now once again we're going to do it, but we're going to move them from side to side. Get them as floppy as possible. You can always do this exercise standing up also. Place your hands on your knees, close your eyes, and just focus on the sensations in your body, particularly around your hands and your arms. I'm going to remove my jumper now because I've got quite warm. We're going to push out the walls, so lift your arms up in line with your shoulders, and stretch your hands away from you as if you're pushing the walls of the house out. And release down. Breathe in, lift your arms up, stretch them away. Breathe out and release down. Breathe in, lift them up, stretch them away. Breathe out and release down. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, release down. 2 more. Breathe in, lift up, and stretch away from you. Breathe out and release down. Last one. Breathe in, lift up, stretch out, breathe out, release down. From here we're moving into arm twirls. Again, lift your arms out in line with your shoulders, turn your palms down towards the floor, and begin to rotate your arms in one direction, and describing little small circles with the ends of your fingers, and gradually make those circles bigger. Breathe in, lift up, breathe out, release down. Three, 4, 5. And now begin to make your circles smaller, breathing, following your breath. Release your arms to your legs, close your eyes, turn in, and notice all the sensations arising. You have all the external sensations, cool air on your skin, the feeling of your sit bones on the seat, on the chair. Maybe there are other sounds around you. And then crossing the skin barrier from external to internal, noticing the rise and fall of your breath, so the air is coming from the external to the internal, causing your lungs to expand, your heart to beat, your blood to move about your body. Notice any tingling sensations, the tingling of your hands on your knees, maybe perhaps the soles of your feet on the floor. Notice your thoughts, but don't engage with them. Allow them to be there, but treat them pretty much like clouds in the sky. Notice them coming, notice them going. Looking for the space between the clouds. Now we're going to repeat that arm exercise. This time we turn the palms up and go them in the opposite direction. So little small circles initially. And don't forget to breathe. And gradually make those circles bigger. One. 4, 5, and begin to make the circle smaller, breathing in and out. And allow your arms to come down. Close your eyes and turn in again. And two really nice shoulder stretches. Lift your right arm up, bend your elbow, allow your right arm to come down your back, and then clasp the top of the right elbow with the left hand and just push it down your back a little bit. Don't force it. Sit up as straight as you can, lift your gaze, look up. Press down with your sit bones into the floor, press the four corners of your feet into the floor. Squeeze your shins in, engage your core. And release and switch to the other side. Lift your left arm up by your ear, bend your elbow, allow your hand to come down your back, and clasp the top of your left elbow and press it down. Sitting up again, and press your sit bones into the floor, squeeze your shins in, press the four corners of your feet into the floor. Return to your breathing. Grow the pose from inside out. Don't impose the pose on your body. And gently release. Moving to neck side bends. Inhale, allow your head, your ear to come to your shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale, allow your right ear to come to your right shoulder. Inhale back up to center, allow your left ear to come to your left shoulder. Exhale. Inhale back to center, and keep that going. Exhale. Don't move your shoulders up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and inhale back to center. From here we'll move to neck twists. Turn your head, look over your right shoulder with your chin, but don't move your shoulders. Keep your shoulders pointing forward. Exhale out to the side, inhale back to center, and exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale back to center, and exhale. Inhale back to center, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and inhale back to center. Still working with the neck, we move into neck forward bend. So for this pose we're going to hold our breath. So what you're going to do is catch your lip with your teeth, like so, and then bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, take a breath in, and then roll your head forward, bring your chin to your chest, holding your lip. And hold your breath here for a count of 5. And exhale. And come back to center. And do that 4 more times. Inhale, catch your lip, chin to chest, hold. Exhale back to center. And again. Exhale, release. Twice more. Exhale, release. And final one. Exhale and release. So next one is long neck. What you're going to do is look down at the rest of the world. So either standing or sitting, press your sit bones into the floor, stretch the sides of your body long from your hips to your armpits, engage your core, and then visualize the crown of your head stretching up towards the ceiling. If you lift your chin slightly, and then gaze down your nose at the world, and just continuing to breathe while you do this. Take 5 breaths, sitting as straight as you can. And release. And now we're moving into the whole body jiggle. So if you can stand up, do it standing up or sitting on your chair. So you're just going to start to shake it out. Hopefully Mr. Tusi won't start running about the place. So shaking out your arms and shaking out your legs, shaking out your shoulders, shaking out your head. Just so jiggle all over for a minute. Moving everything as best you can. Just let yourself go all floppy. Arms, legs, head, shoulders, belly, neck, hips. Waken up your body. See how good that feels. Don't forget to move your feet. And come back to a place of stillness and close your eyes and turn in once more. Notice now the sensations that are present now, which were different from the sensations 5 minutes ago. So everything changes again. So the next practice we're moving into is Bellows Breath. It's a type of breath that gets a lot of energy going in your body. It can be a little bit tricky to get the hang of at first. So I'll demonstrate the first five breaths for you. If you feel a little bit dizzy, just stop doing it. We're only going to do 5 breaths. We're going to have a pause for 3 breaths. Then we're going to try 10 breaths, have a pause for 3 breaths, and then try 15 breaths and have a pause for 3 breaths. Okay, let's start. So when you breathe in, you force it out through your nostrils, and it causes this pumping action on your lower belly. Your belly goes back towards your spine. As I say, it's a little bit difficult to get the hang of initially, but with practice it comes very quickly. So exhale completely. Inhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And take 3 normal breaths. And then exhale completely. We'll do 10 this time. Inhale. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Take 3 normal breaths. And now we'll move to 15 breaths. So exhale completely. Inhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And take 3 normal breaths. And that brings to an end our practice for today, our practice of thriving, hopefully leaving you energized and ready for action. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for coming to practice. And if you like this practice, could you give us a thumbs up or share the practice with someone you know that might benefit from it. Thanks very much and see you again soon.